Good evening and welcome to day 12. Did you think I wasn't going to show up? It's late, I know, but I'm committed. And top 5 of my Clifton strengths, responsibility. Yeah, that means when Vivi says she's going to do something, yeah, she does it. It's in my DNA. Can't help myself. Yep. I am there no matter what. Even though I'm tired, even though it's late, I still have 3 hours left in the day, so I'm good. It's been a long day. Today is one of my Toastmaster days that I start at 7:30, and I've got coachings and challenges and webinars, just all day long. And then I have to catch up on email and all that other stuff, and I'm working in between all the stuff, and Tuesdays are jam-packed. That's okay. It's good to have a jam-packed day. I may have overcommitted just a little bit on the fun activities that I'm involved in right now, but it's not forever. But I do feel like I've gone back to school. I feel like I have a lot of coursework. It's kind of fun. I did a speech this morning in Toastmasters, off the cuff, which most of my speeches are. And it was about crying. Yeah, it's called Cry Baby. And I'm going to flush it out because I think it's a really good speech. And it happens to be something I'm very passionate about. I think I have become an emotions activist. I'm very passionate about emotions and embracing all of them, not just the good ones, but all of them. You can't have one without the other. You can't be sad and not be happy, and you can't be happy without sad, and you can't cry without laughing. And, it's the little, you know what I'm talking about. That thing, the yin, the yang. Yes, that's it. And it's so true with emotions. So I did a speech about crying, because crying is the absolute first thing we do when we pop out into this world. And it seems like from that moment on, we are told not to cry or encouraged not to cry. And I think it's one of the cruelest things that we have done to our men and our boys in our society is to tell them not to cry. Crying actually has more health benefits than laughing. And we don't mind saying that laughing is the best medicine. Well, guess what? So is crying. But we're not allowed to do that. Oh no, because that's negative. Not always. Crying has all kinds of functions. Did you know that our tears have different chemical compositions depending on what kind of tears they are? And yes, there's a whole category called emotional tears. But emotional tears can be happy tears too, not just sad tears or frustrated tears or angry tears. But all of those emotions, if they create the response of crying, then so be it. It should be encouraged. It's part of our humanity, our humanness. I don't even know if that's a word, but you know what I'm talking about. And I'm really passionate about the fact that our society tells us not to cry. You're a crybaby. You're not a man if you're crying. Suck it up. No, cry. We need to cry. It's part of what keeps us healthy. Yeah, so that was what my speech was about. I'm going to work on that one. It's a good one. I've already done a video about crying. And clearly I have no problem crying in front of the world. But it wasn't always that way. I used to be really afraid to cry. I was conditioned, just like the rest of us, not to. I would be embarrassed. I would hide. I would cry alone in my car. It's like the only place that I could cry. The right song would come on and the waterworks would go. And then I would dry up, pat my makeup, make sure I looked like I hadn't been crying, and go on into the world. Crying is an incredible release, and it is so necessary. And we shouldn't hide. And we shouldn't not cry in front of the other people because now they're uncomfortable because we're crying in front of them. No, they should be encouraging us. Let the tears come. I'm here for you. Let me give you a hug if you need it. Or maybe I just leave you alone and I just let you cry without making you feel anything other than what you need to feel while you're crying. How about that? It's frustrating, but I am on a mission to tell everybody that it is a great idea to cry. Oh, that's right. I was telling you I didn't used to always be this way. When I lost my husband, and I lost my house, and I lost all my money, and I lost every material thing that you need to feel comfortable in the world, all at the same time, I was terrified to cry. You know why? Because I literally thought if I started crying, I would never stop crying. That's how much pain and grief and worry and sorrow and everything else I had pinned up inside of me. And I thought, boy, if I let this go, I will cry from now to the day I die. Not true. I had the most amazing therapist tell me, you need to cry, and you need to cry a lot, and you need to really lean into your crying. And it took me a while, and I had to practice, and I would set a timer so that I would know when it was time to stop crying, so I would know there was going to be a stop to the crying. And let me tell you, I think that helped me heal more than just about anything. And there were times when, I went for it, like rolling around on the floor, wailing if I had to. There was that much pain. But boy, when it was over, I felt so good. Until, of course, it built up and I needed to do it again. But it was awesome. Crying actually releases endorphins, and it helps de-stress us. Our tears have chemicals that prove that we're releasing the toxins and the stress through our tears. So here we go. My advice: if you need to cry, go for it. If you don't want to cry in front of anybody else, that's fine. You can cry in your car like me, or you can just shut yourself in the bathroom. Whatever you need to do, it's okay. It's a really good thing to do. And you have my stamp of approval. You go. You cry your little eyes out. And then you'll feel so much better. And especially you guys out there, I hope you're listening to this and you learn to cry if you're not already. All right, that's my message for today, and I will see you on tomorrow's episode, which is 13, my lucky number. So excited. See you then. Bye.